When my brother and I, Travis, were kids and teenagers, and to be fair, adults and grown men, my mom always made chicken skewers. And I think it was because you could hold it with one hand, eat, and still try and kill each other. And they were so good, my mom used to say that we have the Watts smile. And that's when you have sauce on either side of your cheek from eating the skewer and your ear-to-ear smiles. I'm sharing that memory with you. This is delicious. Mom, I love you. And Travis, dude, you're going down. Okay, let's do this. Let's start with the marinade, and this marinade is really good, but the secret to the marinade is tons of sugar. Lots and lots of sugar, because when you get it on the chicken and start cooking it on the barbecue, it chars, and that sweetness is super delicious, but that is way too much sugar. So I'm gonna put a little bit of that back. But you do want a lot of sweetness in there because it sticks to the grill, and as you turn it and brush it, it gets really wonderful char marks. And then the base of the sauce is soya, so you wanna get a lot of soya in there. It's the mix of the soya and the brown sugar that gives you saltiness and sweetness. And the rest is pretty simple. This is some sesame oil, which is gonna give it some big flavor, but just a little bit of sesame oil. It's pretty powerful. And then this is my little secret. Worcestershire sauce. It kind of gives you the blanket flavor of Chinese black vinegar, and Chinese black vinegar tastes like Worcestershire because it's got like vinegar and anchovies in it, and there's a lot of bobby and a lot of umami, and it hits you right in the back of the throat. And you want lots of garlic, and the best way to get garlic in here is use a microplane. You could chop it by hand, but if you roll it on the microplane, all of the garlic gets pulverized, it sticks to the chicken, it doesn't fall off, and it adds a ton of flavor. So lots of garlic, way too much garlic. You want to put garlic in there and halfway through go, that's gonna be a lot of garlic. More garlic. So that's it for the marinade. Really simple. Lots of brown sugar, soy sauce for salt, sesame for a big bomb of that sesame flavor, Worcestershire to give you like that vinegary punch, and way too much garlic. Okay, wow, yes. That's the one. It should taste really intense because the chicken is light flavor. When it marinates, it sticks there, and then when you grill it and you roll it and brush it and baste it, you get glazed, sticky, beautiful chicken on a stick. It's perfect for the cottage. But this is my little twist. So I like a dip with it. A little dip over it is really cool because you get double flavor, and then it just makes you smile. So this is gonna be like a sweet chili mayo with lots of spice and lots of adventure. So first thing in is some store-bought sweet chili, and that could be delicious as is, but I like to like roll flavor on that. So a little bit of full fat mayo because the fattiness really goes with the sweet sticky chicken. And then a shot of fish sauce. Woo! It's really pungent, so you don't want a lot. It's like the sesame oil, just a couple drops, and it gives you like really cool body and umami. And again, a nice clove of garlic. And mayo's really super fatty, so you want to cut through it. You can use a little bit of acid, lemon or lime. I'm going to use lime because I think sweet chili, the soya, the sugar, lime just makes a lot of sense. So don't be shy with the lime, and it cuts right through the fattiness of the mayo. And I like mine super spicy because the chicken's super sweet. This is a Thai bird chili. This is very hot, and I like hot. So get it in there. If you don't like hot, don't put it in. If your brother doesn't like hot, put it in. Just kidding, Trav. Is that spicy? What? Weird. I love you. And then one herb for this to give it a cooling effect because there's a ton of flavor going on. I love a bit of cilantro. I love the flavor. I love the fragrance. I love the color. And it goes so well with all of the flavors going on in the mayo and on the chicken. Just delicious. Don't have cilantro? Don't put it in. You could put mint, Thai basil, even parsley. I have cilantro because it is perfect. And that's all you need for the mayo. And it's really explosive with the chilies and the lime and the sweet chili and the mayo and the cilantro. Just a little bit of this glazed over the chicken. It's so good. There's tons of texture in there. And then this is crazy because it's sweet, it's salty, it's spicy, it's creamy, it's fatty. It's so good with the chicken. Speaking of chicken, you can use a different couple cuts. Where's my chicken? 1 second. Chicken? I like to use chicken breast, but you can use chicken thigh if you want to. And then I like the pieces bigger than normal, because it holds on to a lot of flavor. You don't want small pieces of chicken on the skewer. Like this is perfect. There's a lot of surface area for flavor. You can get it onto the stick, and then the thicker the cut of breast, the longer it can hang out on the barbecue. The longer it hangs out on the barbecue, the more sticky char goodness that you get. So cut it up, get it on a skewer, and dunk it in the marinade. All right, so here's the deal. The best part of this chicken when you cook it is having some extra marinade to brush onto it, because when you char it and roll it, you still want to hit it with that sweet soya so it gets really nice and sticky. So what I like to do is save a little bit of the marinade to do that very thing. And this marinade works really good the longer it sits on the chicken. So get a lot of the marinade on it, keep rolling it around. The longer you can marinate, the better. Overnight, a couple hours will do it. I like to let it sit there so all of that beautiful sauce soaks into the chicken, and it gives me a little time to enjoy this little slice of heaven. I'm gonna go for a swim, or play checkers, or sing into the fan. I'm gonna do something. Okay, to cook the chicken is really simple. The barbecue, nice and hot. You want a good sear. Put a little bit of grease on the Q so the chicken doesn't stick, and lay the chicken down. I don't put any salt and pepper on it because there's a lot of that soya sauce. That's a great sound. And it's gonna give it a lot of that salty flavor. Plus there's a ton of sugar in there, and it's gonna get sweet and sticky on the grill. Marinade for the chicken, and then fresh marinade to glaze and turn and glaze and turn. And you want to see that. You want to see char marks. You want to roll it. You want to brush it. You want to glaze it. It already smells delicious. Chicken on a stick, baby. Okay, so you know when the chicken's ready to flip when it comes off the barbecue really easily and you see some char marks. So just give it a movement, and if it comes up and it looks like that, it's absolutely perfect. So this is what I like to do. Flip the chicken so you get those really nice char marks, and this is where you can add a ton of extra flavor. So some of that fresh marinade with the garlic and the Worcestershire in it, you want to glaze the chicken. This is the part that will make this chicken very successful. Lots of glaze, lots of sugar, lots of garlic, and I do this over and over and over again. The more char marks, the more sweetness, the more flavor. Man, that makes me so, so happy. Yes. You know the chicken skewer is done when it looks like that, when there's lots of char marks and the sugar's had a chance to attach itself to the chicken and get really nice and charred. They look gorgeous. They remind me of my mother. I wish my brother was here to have one with me, but hey, that's fine, because it's pretty easy to demolish all of that yourself. So when that beautiful charred chicken comes off the barbecue, you want to let it rest. You want to let all of that juice and all that flavor stay inside the chicken. And to finish it is super simple. And I love the balance between like the sweet salt char marks and then the sweet chili mayo with a little bit of bird's eye chili and cilantro. It's just delicious. You don't need a lot. You just want every other bite kind of have that pop of mayo. Speaking of pop, put a few sesame seeds on there for crunch. There's sesame in the marinade, and it's just delicious. And if my brother was here right now, he'd look at these and go, "Can I have one?" And I would say, "Of course, Trav, you can have one." And they're great. Meat on a stick. So it makes me smile. Peace out.